Ahoy mateys, this be the Playing Dutchman, and welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero. I did the entirety of Act 1 in our first episode, and now we're going to continue with Act 2. Let's get that started. As you might have noticed on my channel, I just released a whole lot of classic videos from the time I was at Gaming Overwatch. This is going to be a fully Playing Dutchman video again. Alright, ATTN, Lula Chamberlain. Your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably we can award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your obedient servant, I think, Robert. Lula folds the letter up and puts it in her handbag. You can't just throw shit away. Proposals. Lula sorts through documents, all printed on a fading letterhead reading Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal 1. Site. Hospital. Proposed use. Auto dealership. Proposal 2. Site. Distillery. Proposed use. Graveyard. What? Proposal 3. Site. Basketball court. Proposed use. Kennel. I mean, the kids need to have something to play in. Although most kids nowadays play video games, but I don't think this game plays out in like the 2000s. If you look at the computer screens, definitely CRT monitors. Let's make a distillery into a graveyard, I guess. Distillery still active with scaling down operation to less than half of site. Distillery built on top of graveyard originally. Hybrid distillery graveyard could share resources. Distillery graveyard hybrid. That could be marketed in an interesting manner. Chapel once repurposed into bottling facility could be repurposed into chapel. Let's endorse that. Site hospital. Proposed use auto whatever. Okay, well let's review all of them. Hospital closed due to repeated sanitation violations. Auto dealership sanitation requirements comparatively lax. Small operating rooms could be repurposed into offices. Large cubicle style administrative offices could be repurposed into showrooms. Yeah, if the hospital isn't active anymore. Carrington clears his throat. Busy? Buried. Colorful. The death motive is so common in our speech at this age. We always seem to become morbid whenever we bring up work, home life, the weather. So, my own thoughts are wandering. Clearly, I've got a lot on my mind, clearly. Well, I'll come straight to it, then. The clerk upstairs tells me you've been assigned to my proposal. I've heard nothing in weeks, and I assumed it had been swallowed up by some dragon of administration, but... I've received your proposal, and I'm afraid it's impossible. Of course. I'm sorry to have bothered you, Lula. I'll go now. Oh, Lula, I thought you might like to know. I saw Joseph this evening, just after sunset. We sat for a bit, drank some cold coffee, and talked about university days. Better days. Maybe for him. Okay. I don't know what's happening here. Act 2, Scene 1. Okay, we're gonna... Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. So we're not playing... No, we are. Okay. We talking to you? Didn't we just pass this place? Maybe someone here can point us in the right direction. Oh. Yeah, looks like they're still open. Must be the night shift. What do you think they do here? Looks like an office building. Yeah, an office building in a cathedral. This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now? It looks like we're outside. Yeah, outside any man-made structure, I guess. Just feels like it's still inside since we can't see the sky. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. Get a good rest in the truck? Sorry about all this walking. Maybe we could both use the exercise. Let's keep things positive. Okay, anything else? Anything else we can do here? So yeah, I've been re-uploading a lot of my old YouTube videos from Gaming Overwatch. I particularly enjoy doing thumbnails, like the Gaming Overwatch Classics thumbnails. Make it look like Gaming Overwatch has been a thing for like years, and we're like, for some reason we're bringing that back, even though I'm still not popular and Gaming Overwatch never really has been popular. I just like spending time working on stuff and ensuring quality, at least on a technical level. End of the line. Maybe it's still under construction. We can hope. Let's walk around then. That seems the thing to do. Oh, there's people at work. Oh. This the person we just saw? Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over here by the elevator. I'll figure something out. We're actually a bit lost, ma'am. You're lost, so you're not the... Sorry, honest mistake. Why am I... Mary Ann is like the most southern name. You're lost, so you're not the... Sorry, honest mistake. We're supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. I saw your truck and thought... But you don't really look like one of the boys from the distillery anyway. What is this place? What is this place? Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you're just mean to be You just mean to be passing through. You're just mean. No. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. You know where that is? Dogwood. Nope. You're going to need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks. But first we've got to get you in the system. So you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now, let's see. Rika's booked proofreading drafts all afternoon. Wanda's out on site. Let me go make some calls and see if we have anyone free. There are some books over there in the waiting area. Just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? Well, what is that accent? Have you seen our grotesques? Grotesques. Why are there televisions there? And why did they just pop on? The television is playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces for its nests, a scarf, a plastic shopping bag, a bit of a young girl's hair. The nest is warm but precariously fragile. The television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across a beach. Its shell is an awkward shape. It must have once belonged to a different crab. That's how hermit crabs work. So we're gonna go to the waiting area? Or... yeah, that's the waiting area. I guess. Let's check those books out. 3 books are piled on the table. A surface manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. The envelope reads Bureau of Secret Tourism. Secret tourism? It contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. Okay. Gimme. Gimme that shit. Anything over here? Nothing. I guess we're only going there after we've gotten an appointment. We can't really interact with that, so. My leg is still a little bit messed up, I guess. Let's talk to Marianne again. Did you check everything? Oh, good. I thought you left. I thought you left. People can be so impatient. You never know. Well, I'll have you meet with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process. But she's the only one with room on her plate, so... this evening. My schedule says she's on the 5th floor reviewing some diagrams. The elevator's just back to the left there. 5th floor. Okay. Let's waddle on back to the elevator then. With our messed up leg. I need a cane of some sort. Alright. Let us do that. Nice little elevator music. Yeah. She's on the 5th floor, right? Okay. Bears? Oh, we're just going to the conference room. Let me just check every floor out and see if it's interesting. Anything of interest. We're just bothering people having a meeting. Gotcha. No need to be on the 5th floor, but yeah. Let's see, clerks' offices. Say hi to some clerks. Isn't that Lula? Hello? Are you lost? We're looking for Lula Chamberlain. Oh no, she's much too busy. Let's get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first, so we don't waste any of Mrs. Chamberlain's time. It's a pretty straightforward process. First, you'll need to get case number assigned, talk to Clerk Medstein about that. She's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. No, we were told to check that first, so we're gonna do that. Fuck your Clerk Medstein. Alright. Okay. I wanna go to the Bears. 3rd floor, Bears. I wonder why they're keeping bears, but we're gonna die. There are bears. There really are bears here. Fascinating. Hello, bears. Nothing to worry about, I guess. Just your average... just your average office full of bears. Doesn't really matter, does it? Just pressing up or down, because you have the choice to go anywhere regardless. yes. Okay, yes. Archives and records. Let's dig a little. And 5th floor. She isn't even there. I wonder if we're gonna be sent to these, like all these floors. Okay, we can't. I can't move further than that, and I can't interact with anything. Okay, last floor before we head back to the 1st floor to check out the Metzstein and what they can do for us. She can do for her. For us. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Diagrams and drafts. 5th floor. So we are in like a cave. Those seem like stalactites. Okay. Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor, and occasionally scribbling numbers in a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. Sorry, we're looking for an ingestion clerk? Oh, no, I'm an interior spatial analyst. I can't help you with that. I think the ingestion clerks have all gone home for the night. Lula might be able to help you. She's pretty senior. You just missed her, actually. She was up here about an hour ago. She's probably back at her real desk now on the 1st floor. She barely made a dent in these diagrams. Must have been distracted. Speaking of which... Oh. Speaking of which, stop distracting me. Okay, nothing. So we're in a cave. Oh, we entered the cave at the end of the last episode. Because this is Route 0. But like, I didn't expect. We're still on Route 0 then, which makes sense because it's the name of the game. Okay, no, not the fucking lobby. I accidentally clicked on that. I just wanted the text to be a little quicker. Past the bears, past the conference room, past the clerk's offices, back down to the lobby, and we need to go back one up now. No. Enter again. My God, sometimes this game can be a little slow. I know. Okay, clerk's offices. Fine. We're going to Metzstein. Metzstein. I don't know. What the fuck? Did Shannon just... Okay. Well done. Good on you, Shannon. Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and list of your last 5 permanent addresses. Ingestion... Let's just skip it. Which one of you is Lula Chamberlain? Oh, sure. That's her in the cardigan. That's her. I knew that. Having fun in the paperclip labyrinth? Well, you made it eventually. You look exhausted. I'd offer you my seat, but my ankles are turning on me. Let's skip with the small talk. The receptionist said you could point us in the right direction. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go? We're looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive. That's funny. Do you know I used to live on a Dogwood Drive? This was years ago. A grimy old house. Basement full of insects. Attic full of birds. I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog. I drank whiskey and beer and made sculptures. But that Dogwood was a surface road with a name like that. It would have to be. What are you doing on the 0? My cousin Weaver sent us this way. A gas station attendant told us we'd need to take the 0 to get there. Gas station attendant? I see. Friendly blind man about my age. Hangs out with an old cat. Likes to pretend he's a poet. His name's Joseph. Do you know him? Joseph and I used to work together, and we lived together. We were friends. But that was a long time ago. We haven't spoken in years. Do you know why he's pointed you this way? It's because he's still in love with me, of course. And now he's implicated you, quite inconsiderately. And in your condition, it's appalling. So I'm very sorry for wasting your time, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. But where's the Dogwood Drive you lived on? Maybe it's on the same one. Maybe it's the same one. No, it's not possible. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now we have these databases, and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large-Leaved Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive, or so we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we have an abundance here. Do you have a record of those streets? I expect we must. They'll be up in Archives and Records, 4th floor. It'll be filed under 0 for odonyms, probably, or O probably for odonyms, probably, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed. Alright, let's go to records then. We're being led on a dog chase. Alright. Archives and records. So, 4th floor. Okay, cool. It would be awesome if you could just not have me spam the fucking mouse button to make sure all that text appears as quickly as possible. Alright. I don't know why I'm tired. Just happens. Documents. Let's check. Damn, this place is a mess. Okay. Take a look through that logbook, I guess. Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes. I'll just start digging. The small logbook has a smart leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just lists of titles, names, and dates. Are you fucking oh no. Inside front cover. Note in logbook. Document staff, please do not transfer any more records from the storage unit until we get the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with the letters A, B, C, D, E, or F, or activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes, etc. But air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc. Wow. That is a very bad way of doing business. Several documents relating to sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period of a few days. Basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys, and parking lots. Oh. I'm just clicking to make sure the text appears more quickly, and I don't want to click a fucking... Okay. 1. Several... Oh, that's the one I already did. Okay, page 14. A single set of documents relating to coal mining operations was checked out and back in by several different people within a few hours. Failing antique shops, folder missing. List checked in on page 63, but not present. Let's check out page 63. Check-in, failing antique shops, Monday, 3 p.m., signee Ed Bohm. Okay, not that one. Nothing? Me neither. Half of these boxes aren't even labeled, and the rest are all from the first few letters of the alphabet. I couldn't find anything with an O or a G or an S. Maybe that clerk knows somewhere else we can look. So we're going back to one. Yep. Okay, let's ask her again. My jaw's been hurting a lot recently. I've been going to the orthodontist to get the little metal wire in my teeth, behind my teeth, not in my teeth, replaced. It's because I had braces and my teeth kind of need to be kept into place, I guess. Well, nothing. That's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this new venue somewhat recently, and it's all a bit in progress. This was a cathedral not so long ago, can you believe it? And then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. That's where you'll find the street name records, I expect, at the church. Marianne at the reception can give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin the necessary paperwork. We have the information analyzed. Oh, and while you're out on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is in a small neighborhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. Alright, we're going back to our truck then. Back on the road. Let's check the doctor out first then. Why not? Whatever. Lobby. Dun, 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 dun. Already been recording for close to half an hour. Jesus. Normally I'd end the episode, but we haven't even started on this one. And I want to do a act every single episode. Last time that went perfectly well, so yeah. What's up, Homer? Let's get back on the road. Are we getting back on the road? Like, why is somebody fishing here? Okay. That doesn't matter though. We need to get back on the road. Notes. Oh, we have notes now. Okay. Bureau of Secret Tourism. River tunnels. From the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Drive clockwise until you reach the feather. Pause for a moment to consider the cave walls. Reverse direction and drive counterclockwise until you hit the birdhouse. Now turn around again and you're almost upon it. To return, simply find the feather again and turn around. From the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Drive counterclockwise towards the TV. When you reach the TV, drive clockwise to the antenna. Now turn around again and head just past the barn. To return to the Bureau, find the TV again and again turn around. From the Bureau, drive clockwise to the feather, then come back to the talon. Turn again, and there you are. Meditation tunnels. Drive clockwise to the scarecrow, then turn around and head counterclockwise until you reach the pendulum. Reverse direction once more. Keep driving clockwise and you can't miss it. To return, find the scarecrow again. Turn around and before long you'll be back at the Bureau. Drive counterclockwise to the bottle. Turn around. Drive clockwise to the still. Turn around. You're nearly on top of it. To return, find the bottle again. Turn around and head back. Okay. So, okay, let's head to the receptionist then, I guess? I thought we needed to head out. Maybe we still need to talk to Mary Ann. Get what you need. Lula said you could direct us to the church? Oh, sure. The old storage lot. Just get back on the zero and drive until you hit the crystal, then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle it. And now we can get on the road. That would be nice. Truck. Get back in the truck. They stay put. They get back in the truck. We're on the road again. That's the entirety of... Yes, that's the entirety of what Kentucky Route Zero is about. Driving on... Okay. Just go back the way you came, find a crystal, and then turn around. Okay. Self-storage. Cool. Let's head there. This is weird. Apparently, St. Thomas Church. St. Thomas Church. Okay. Let's talk to Shannon then. Is that it over there? I don't see any congregation. Maybe it's after hours. Let's see what the janitor knows, I guess. Yep. Let's talk to the janitor. They always know too much. Let's head to the different places after we've done this. Oh, here for the night mass? What kind of mass is it? Tonight? It's a homely one. Work in need. Haven't heard this one before. Where's the congregation? I guess this must look pretty strange. A church without a congregation. When they first moved in here, man, this place was packed. They had a mass every night. 2 on Sunday. But it got a bit awkward to fit everyone in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see it as a thing that was falling apart, they lost their center of gravity and just started wobbling. Then the preacher stopped coming too, but he left his old tapes. Same with the organist. And I found some old, acetates in the bureau archives, photos of people in churches, so I keep it running. You do what you have to, right? Right now we have to find some bureau documents. Oh, you're from the bureau. I moved all those documents to Unit C315 to make room for the mass. It's down at the other end of the building. Same floor. I need to get the night mass started, but you can borrow my keys. I'll go. You wait here. Rest your leg. You're looking kind of pale. Nice lady. Well, I better get this running. Press this play on an old tape machine. Homily. Okay. Let's listen. There are many days on which we proclaim the value of labor and celebrate the piety of the hard-working through feast or abstinence, recognizing St. Joseph the worker who was foster father to our Lord Jesus and who trained him in carpentry and in the merit of sweat. And this is one such day. On this day, we celebrate the feast of St. Joseph the Worker, and on this day, other workers are also celebrating. Workers who do not attend Mass, or even one like it. Even workers who do not attend a church at all, but who toil with clarity, with dedication, with perspicacity. That's a word. who do as we do here in our church, inasmuch as they reflect the activity of God. As we do, they cultivate the earth, and at sundown, they call the fruit of their labor, very good. My leg is killing me. I bet everyone's telling you to go see a doctor. Hey, I get it. Too expensive. My dad cut up his arm pretty bad on a job, but he stitched it himself back up because we didn't have health insurance. But then his hand didn't work very well, and he got pretty depressed. Eventually, he just sorted out. Well, I guess I don't know what he should have done. Who knows, right? I'll just listen. So, just as there is no dignity without sacrifice, there is no vocation without avocation. Just as the left eye perceives that which is to the left, the right eye perceives that which is to the right. And these images are summed, differentiated, and incorporated. And we find in our mind's eye an after image of divine light. Only where love and need are one, and the work is play for mortal stakes, is the deed ever really done for heaven and the future's sake. Okay, that's it. Next, there are some rituals that you and I aren't allowed to participate in. I don't think. I don't remember them anyway. Hi, got it. We were just listening to the sermon. What? I found what we came here to get. The file on street name changes. You don't look good. Let's head back to the bureau and get this straightened out. And then maybe we should go see that doctor the clerk recommended. Yeah, but where is that doctor? It's east of some street. While the entire fucking thing is going clockwise and counterclockwise until you hit the fuck? Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? My leg is stuck. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna pull you. I'm going to pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Keep putting any weight on that leg. It's all messed up. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now, let's see if this thing has power. Hey, old man, look at me. Can you hear me? What happened? I don't know. He collapsed. I think he blacked out. He was mumbling about the old mine for a minute. The old mine where we met. Oh, I just had a fucking vision. I think I need to see that doctor. Yes, you do. She hands Brenda the doctor's card. How do we get to this address from here? I don't know. It's pretty tricky going back and forth between, here and there. The bureau's the only way I know. Some of those folks do it all the time. Commuters. Just go back the way you came. Find the crystal and then turn around. Okay. So what we want is to find the crystal and then turn back around. That's where the bureau is. Jaws, the bat wings, the TV, the lightning bolt, the bottle, the crystal. Kind of tired there, old man. Want me to take the wheel for a bit? Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Okay, we're going to the bureau anyway. Seeing where we can go. how we can get to the... I know, we've been here before. Let's ask Marianne about getting to the doctor and do that first. Okay. We need to get to the interstate. 65. Lula filed your papers, sir. You're in our system now. I can process you whenever you're ready to go back. Just let me know. We're ready to be processed. She has received Lula's card. Can you tell us how to get to this address? We're looking for Dr. Truman. Of course. This is in a neighborhood just outside the Bowling Green. Get on 65 going southwest. Take a right just past the observatory, just before the river. If you continue north, you'll be there shortly. Happy to help. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, no, it's Dr. Truman's house. 65 going southwest. That's southwest. 65 going southwest. Take a right just past the observatory, just before the river. Let's see. North. Continue north. Ah, okay. Cool. The neighborhood at the address on Lula's card has been demolished. In this place is a large museum, still partially under construction. I don't know what we can do, though. Museum of Dwellings. I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in, but they didn't see me. He had his umbrella open inside. What were you doing up that late? Mom lets me stay up late all the time. She said it's okay. I was just looking for frogs. What were the man and the lady talking about? The man said his leg was hurting him. They were looking for Dr. Truman, but he was already gone. They didn't know, so they kept looking around. I just assumed they were from the power company. You know, how they always come by unannounced and messing with this or that. I just shut myself up in my room to wait it out. No sense getting involved. They definitely weren't from the power company. Well, I wouldn't complain if they were, really, with that storm going on. I know they have to do their business. Doesn't affect me. I got my generator, but, you know, some of these folks around here, unprepared. Totally unprepared. Oh yeah, I was talking to his dog. The guy was a weirdo. What did he say? Just small talk, you know? Like he talked to your buddies or something? Like he talked to a dock worker. Just like, damn, this is a lot of rain. I haven't seen rain like this since that storm a couple years back that took out Lizette's herb garden. I just feel bad for that old dog, getting dragged all over by a couple of drunks. Old dog like that should be sleeping on a porch somewhere. That's loyalty for you. Well, they didn't stay long anyway. Not really any use in staying. Where's the exit? Oh, okay. What the fuck? That is new. I guess they must have gone through some papers here. It was in some disarray, and a few folders were pulled out and left on the table. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I only noticed because Diane is such a stickler. She's real organized, I mean. Was anything missing? Nope. They pulled out a list of the folks who didn't take the offer, folks who moved elsewhere. But they filed that back out of order. So I guess they didn't find what they were looking for there. Hey, while I have you here, work's kind of slowed down, and it seems like I know you folks just know what you're doing, but it seems like the residents are just kind of settling in. We'll get your boys back to work soon. Yeah, sure. I get you. You haven't got that last invoice? Where's the fucking... Okay. The hell's happening? There's a lot more to this place than I thought. I wonder if we can get back to the zero now, because I only got him back on the normal road because his leg was that messed up. I heard them banging around out there, and I just stayed quiet. I don't know what they wanted. I just put my headphones on and try to ignore them, to tell you the truth. The actual fuck is going on? The way it tells this story is interesting. Nothing happening here. Yeah, they came by and knocked on the window. We had a bit of a talk through the glass. Would have come out, but, you know, shady characters. What did you talk about? They were asking about Dr. Truman, and I told them all I know about that, which is not very much. What do you know about Dr. Truman? I told them he moved in here with the rest of us when you folks bought up the neighborhood, and then one day his house was gone. And that's all I know about that. Don't want to talk about that anymore. Okay, that's slightly weird. They were hollering at that empty tent you folks have on display. Hey, if you ever need anyone to stay in there, I've been in worse positions. I don't think that was his voice, but... Let's turn it around again. Maybe see what's on the other side. Yup. Hey, actual person. I was playing in that empty cabin and they came by. They asked about Dr. Truman. I know where he went, but I didn't tell them. Where did Dr. Truman go? It's a secret. Ezra told me and I can't tell anyone else. Who is Ezra? He's my age. He doesn't really live here. He's just passing through with his brother Julian. First they're going to help us, but I can't say any more about that. We have a lot of secrets. The lady asked me about my parents, and I told them they were upstairs in the greenhouse. Do you want to hear a weird story? Of course I do. The old man asked me about the cabin. I said it looked like another house he knew. He said it looked like another house he knew, and he wanted to know where it came from. I told him nobody lived there, so he went inside. He took a long time exploring. When he came back out, he told me all about it. Where was the other house he knew? I don't remember. He seemed sad. Was it the home he grew up in? Yeah, I remember he lived there when he was my age. He was happy then, but now he's sad. He went upstairs and he also looked around the other room. I played with the dog. What did he do upstairs? He looked in some boxes. He looked out the window. You could see the museum better than when he was downstairs. He could tell you how it was. He could tell how it was all put together. And the cabin, too. He could see the shape of it better from up there. Now, the part that's weird, he said he went into the basement. That cabin doesn't have a basement. He said he found a secret door in the floor. Then he found a road leading down a long pit and climbed down. The walls were covered in a glowing moss. He used the light of the moss to find a lake at the bottom of the pit. He was a good swimmer, so he found his way back to the cabin. So then he came back out of the cabin, and we said goodbye, and I didn't talk to them anymore. Okay, that was trippy. So we might want to find this kid, Ezra. I don't know where he could be. Oh. No. Go back. The moment I now recall most clearly from their short visit was the birdcage exhibit. The old man stopped to rest, or maybe to think. The young woman had been anxious up to that point, but she stopped as well and examined the birdcage more closely. It seemed to elicit a tenderness from her. She ran one fingernail along the bars of the wire cage, marking out a tuneless scale, like a child's xylophone. And then they moved on. Okay. Who's that? Sure, I talked to them for a bit. Actually, we talked for quite a while. I wasn't busy. I was happy for the company. Can't sleep in a storm like that. Never could. What did you talk about? I had a bottle in my coat, and I could see the old guy looking at it, and his leg was hurt pretty bad, so I offered him some. He got real awkward about it. I bet he's in a program. Anyway, they were asking about Dr. Truman. I remember him. He was here for a bit, and then he left. So that's what I told them. We ought to get some real chickens in that coop. Do some homesteading. None of these folks know how to live off the land, if you know what I mean. It's just a display, another kind of dwelling. Yeah, no offense against you guys. I mean, I appreciate what all you've done for us. That dog was in nearly as bad a shape as the old man, just sort of shrugging along. They found some treats in the doghouse exhibit. That seemed to cheer them up a bit. I think you need to get some real horses in the stable. Did the strangers go in the stable? No, they just poked around a bit, talked about barns. They were pretty boring. That floor was a kid. Damn it. See, I'm crap with names. That's what you get. To walk around. Okay, let's talk to the guy outside first. It shows you like choices regardless. Huh. Who dis? Oh. So the actual people you can't interact with, only with the exhibit cards. It would be amazing if you could run. This is taking a lot of patience just to get from one place to another. Okay, so we can't go there. And there's the exit. I don't think there's much else to do over here. We not heading out? Maybe now we can head out? Just click. Okay. Guess not. Guess we haven't seen everything yet. My God, can you walk slower? Stop. So what we want... I think we had everything, or anything left. But we talked about that. Maybe we still need to go here. I forgot if we did that one. No, we didn't. Okay. You know, at first I thought it might be Hudson walking up to visit. I'd heard him working on his boat just a bit earlier, before the storm started. But then I saw the stranger's limping gait and the young woman with him, and I knew it couldn't be. I invited them in for a glass of bourbon, which they politely declined, so just talked to them on the porch for a bit. What was the stranger like? He was in a bad way. He seemed confused. He was asking about a basketball game. I thought he might be joking. After all, it's not the season. It made his friend uncomfortable, and she changed the subject. She asked about my house. Do you know, I don't believe either of them had ever set foot in a houseboat before. I don't know if the older man had ever seen an ocean, in fact. Always been my fondest dream to retire on a houseboat. That's why I accepted your offer and moved in here. It isn't perfect, but what home ever is? I only wish the house would sway a bit. I find that it settles my nerves. Oh well, if we have another storm like that last one. Okay. Is there anything else we might have missed? Okay, we're getting bird, I hope. Okay, going up. Okay, let's check this side out. We were working in a greenhouse and I saw them come up the elevator. They were lost, obviously. It was obvious. Loud rain. Whoa, big bird. Oh, of course, I saw them looking at the odd-shaped building, Sure, the rounded metal one. Yeah, that one. House of the furniture sort of thing. I always thought it looked more like a grain bin. Actually, I guess it's sort of romantic, anyway. They seemed interested in it, tired huddling under their umbrellas. They still stopped to examine this strange building. Okay. Difficult to see or even hear a storm like that, but I was awake and alert, studying the week's forecast. Should even out shortly, I'd say. Big fucking bird. Did you talk to them? Yes, we had a short conversation. The young woman heard my radio crackling from the cabin and asked about it. The old man was a bit disoriented. Disoriented how? He asked the most inane questions about my boat. I took it out fishing often, nonsense like that. I tried to explain to him that I'd lived aboard, that I'd lived in a small apartment on this land before, and been kindly offered an opportunity to live here in a sailboat when the neighborhood was raised, and so on. Difficult to communicate in a noisy storm like that. I think he might have been a bit hard of hearing to boot. Well, then they had to leave, looking for a doctor, I think. The old man was having a bad time. It was a short conversation. Florida was playing down on the lower level, and we'd been having a glass of wine in the greenhouse. We ducked out of the way when he came in. After all, they were complete strangers. We didn't know them. Did they seem dangerous? No, nothing dangerous about them, but you just can't know, can you? How could you? Well, I heard the young woman ask her friend about his job. He's some kind of furniture collector or dealer. I think it didn't sound like things were going well. Maybe they were here looking for a buyer? Yeah, it's definitely some kind of furniture collector or dealer. I heard him talking about antiques. Where's my mouse? Well, down. Ezra! I saw you folks drive up. I like your truck. What kind of truck is that? We got a couple of them at the shop, but this is the only one that runs. Oh yeah, with that truck you've got to keep it up. That's why me and Julian don't use a truck. We just carry the houses. Who's Julian? Julian's my brother. He's a lot bigger and stronger, and he's more feathers than me, but he's still my brother. Wow. Where do you take the houses? Me and Julian take them out to the forest every night, and then we bring them back at dawn before the museum opens. Is Dr. Truman in the forest? Yes, ma'am. He's out in the forest. Me and Julian took him out there a few nights ago, and he didn't want to come back. He lives there all the time now. This museum is an okay place to live in the daytime, but it's no good at night. Folks just can't sleep in a place like this. Or when they do, it gives them nightmares. So we take them out into the forest to sleep and bring them back in the morning. Is your family out in the forest? Oh, no, I don't know where they are. Me and Julian were looking for them for a while, but... Anyway, we have a job to do here now. Taking these people out to the forest at night so they can sleep. Maybe if the rest of them will be like Dr. Truman and want to stay out there, we'll get back to looking. Can you tell us how to get to the forest? You have to follow the Green River way out east, and then hop on over Lake Cumberland. The roads don't go there. But me and Julian can take you. We were just about to go anyway. Just gotta call him over. Yeah! Now I'm interested. We're gonna see the big bird. Oh, okay. So no choice to leave or not. Just being snatched out. My God. From this height, the museum looks like a blocky crater slowly filling with rain. A country church with a pitched roof and 3-story spire. Large LED displays gone from. I know this place. Wait. No, we need to keep here. Oh, hey, what's this? The flayed hull of a country home smolders in the night. Parts of the property are obscured by smoke. Green River way out east. A tiny gray figure walks along the side of the road carrying what appears to be a guitar case. Follow closely. Okay, that's the person that... Is there anything? That's the lake. The shadowy figure drags itself out of the lake, stuffs its limb into a smart blue suit, and trudges slightly out of view. So, Green River Lake. Up over Lake Cumberland. Okay. We're still following the river, so we're doing good. So nothing over here. Let's see, at the end of the river. From a distance from the air, it first looks like a swamp. Vines have grown over the street lamps, flower bushes obscure the streets. A few of the houses have slipped partially into the ground. Foundation cracked by underground roots. This is Lake Cumberland, so you just have to see the other side of the lake. Going all the way east, and that seems like a forest. Yes! Awesome. Act 2, Scene 5, a forest. Okay. We're playing someone that can actually walk. Awesome. It's okay, just take it easy. We gotta get back on the road. We need to get this leg looked at first. Right now, you're in no condition to haul anything out of that truck, even when we do find Dougwood Drive. Why is this delivery so important to you? It's my last delivery. Oh, you're retiring or something? Sorry. Lizette's closing up the shop. That's, damn.
Lost all my money but a $2 bill.
How'd you come to be with these people? Nah, I know. Probably met on a farm or something. Bet the old man herded sheep.
I'm on my long journey home.
Okay, I'm walking past what happens. He's going to the houses. Shouldn't be much farther now. I think I see where the settlement ends over there. These woods go on forever. Well, no forest goes on forever. At some point, there's always a road or something. A parking lot. Don't act so defeated, okay? I just need to rest. We're almost there. Dr. Truman will have a nice couch or something you can rest on. And some medicine or something. I don't know. Have you ever been here in the winter? I bet the lake freezes. You can walk anywhere. Alright, let's go. Oh. Okay. Trees obscuring stuff. All the natural wipes. Do you have any family you're close with, brother or sister, kids? I have a brother, but I wouldn't say we're close. What does he do? Some kind of banker, kind of a jerk sometimes. Yeah, I know the type. You never talked to him? Nah, I burned that bridge pretty bad. No, I guess I was always closest with Weaver. Closest someone can be with a girl like that. She was always on her own wavelength, but we were the same age growing up. And everyone else was so busy. When she disappeared, I got pretty angry, and I guess I just stayed that way. I never really understood her, but I knew her. It's lonely without someone like that around. Sorry, you're a good listener. A little bit of a relationship building up. I bet you come from a big family of dogs. Well, I have a pretty good sized family too, I guess. I guess we'll see the rest of them pretty soon. We're gonna, get to Doctor... Because that's the entire reason I got out of the zero that quickly. It's because his leg needed checking. He's inside with Dr. Truman. Are you coming in? Sure, I'll come in. Dr. Truman lets me watch TV sometimes. My folks never watch TV, but I like the way it looks. I like the way it looks too. I fix TVs, you know? Whoa, cool. A TV scientist. I bet you make a lot of money. My folks had a really nice house. Bigger than any of these houses, but it made them worried all the time. Then the bank took it back. We had to sleep at the bus station, but I could never get to sleep, so I just went out to fly around every night with Julian. We flew really far, and we never got lost, but when we came back in the morning, they were all gone. They just left you? I don't think so. All our stuff was still there. Maybe they got lost somewhere. Let's go see what's on TV. Okay. Finally taking a look at that leg. And yeah, I think during that exit interview is when I really realized how badly they had me. But how else can you pay for medical school? I have college friends with debts that you can't expect to pay that back unless you're planning to sell painkillers on the side or something. Or, some kind of administrative thing. I don't know. I haven't seen what arthritis did to my grandmother and my best friend in high school destroy his wrists building synthesizers. I mean, he was like 17. Ailments of the joints and limbs just seem important to me. I hope that answers your question. Getting a scholarship with that pharmaceutical company had a lot of strings attached, but at least I have somewhere to practice, even if I have to follow their market trends a bit. And hey, thanks to all those seminars, I'm an expert on the medical uses of Nurophol. It's not so bad. So how about that leg? What happened exactly? My leg was crushed by falling rocks. Ah, crushing injury. Yeah, those can be pretty bad. Everything gets all compressed, and there are a lot of little pieces to... you know what? Never mind. Let's take a look. How bad could it be, right? Let's not sound more crazy than we already think we are. Crushing rocks, I'm sure that happens. What are they singing about? Singing about going home. Yeah, they're singing about their home because they're lost right now. It's a scary song. It's not scary, it's hopeful. Dr. Truman's gonna help your friend. He'll be okay. Avoiding the subject much? But it's nothing we can't handle. You might have a few things to look out for in the future. Be a bit gentler with the leg or the way you walk. You'll be okay. I've dealt with similar cases before. The anesthetic we'll use is called Nurophol. It's pretty experimental. But it's more appropriate in cases like yours. The way it works is I'll count backwards from 5 to start the process. Jesus, my voice. And then we'll just have a normal conversation as the Nurbnal takes effect. Then I'll get started. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's talk about billing for a moment. The pharmaceutical company I'm contacted with was recently acquired by an energy company. There's some different standards for billing and revenue. Jesus. So it's a bit complex now. Okay. Sure. I don't think we're having a normal conversation anymore. Okay, we're tripping out. It's probably good. End of Act 2. Okay. Alright, let's do it like this, because I know it'll start on Act 3 if I don't press quit. So, that was a very interesting act. I am kind of sorry that I didn't get to go on the 0 a little bit more. Maybe we can go and look at those secret locations in the next act. I don't know. We'll have to see. But if you like this episode, give us a like and join me crew for more booty. But now, off the plank with ye.
A frigate sails as only tell from every corner of the realm. The mouse and keyboard of the helm. The lads of the Playing Dutchman. Soon you'll all be singing the chanty tune of the Playing Dutchman.